Hey, what's up there, Internet? I'm Troy to the Max Extreme.
And I'm Ghost Hunter Dave.
And together we form IMPERIUS REX. Today on the show, we are going to be hyping up Infinity War from the Marvel Cinematic Universe by going over the...
Because it could use the hype.
Right? By going over the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, man. The 1991 six-issue Marvel comic book series?
That's the one and the same.
That's it. It's just a guess.
Great guess.
Thanks.
We're going over that on the show. Stay tuned. So the Infinity Gauntlet, Dave.
Yes.
Thanos' big adventure.
That's it. That was the subtitle, I believe, to this.
I think they nixed it when they put out Infinity War and then Infinity Crusade.
Right.
Just to make
So
it
many
cohesive,
adventures.
you know.
Right.
Uh,
So this is by Jim Starlin.
yep.
Yep. With artwork by George Perez.
For the first, 3.5 issues.
Yep. And then Ron
Lim for,
Lim.
the last half of it. This is a weird... I'm just going to go for the artist perspective at first, because doing research on this, George Perez, at the time, was working for DC when he drew this book.
Okay.
And they wanted, star power on the thing, because Marvel just got bought out by a toy company in 91, right? To save them from, a bankruptcy kind of thing.
Toy Biz?
I think it was Toy Biz. And so they wanted a big event so they can sell toys off of.
Okay.
And so they wanted a big superstar kind of event. So they got George Perez to do it, and he agreed to do it. Mm-hmm. And then the first 3 issues of this, I love the art. I need to read more George Perez stuff because I loved his artwork on this. He does a great multi-character type stuff.
Yeah, he has a hell of a Wonder Woman run, I believe.
Yeah, and an Avengers run and a Teen Titans run.
Okay.
All the big, huge, great things George Perez, from that era, George Perez usually has his name on.
Did he do a Judas Contract?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
With
one
Marv
Teen
Wolfman.
Titans
book
that I hear is good.
And then he had a dispute with Jim Starlin and kind of the company on where the story was going.
Yeah.
And then this is only what I read on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. But he kind of slowed down his work on it, and so they needed somebody to pick up the reins for him.
Really?
Because he just wasn't into the project and got out of his contract, and Ron Lim, who was the artist on Silver Surfer previous to this, which kind of led into this story a little bit, and he took over for the rest of the issues. Okay. Which 2.5 issues or whatever it is.
All right. So what is Infinity Gauntlet, Troy?
So in the book, Thanos already has all of the Infinity Gems.
Who's Thanos, Troy?
Thanos is this big purple-headed goon with some ridges on his chin that he's the big bad cosmic villain of the Marvel Universe. He's the counterpart to Darkseid, even though I think Darkseid is a better character overall.
Yeah.
But Thanos, still great. And everything's written by Jim Starlin, which at the time, Jim Starlin was their cosmic writer.
Okay.
He did, he wrote Silver Surfer, which I said before. He also wrote stories leading up to this where Thanos gathers all of the Infinity Gems. Yeah. And gets them into his possession, which I wish were collected in this.
I kind of wish that too, because as this kicks off, he's got them.
Yeah, he's already ready to
gauntlet,
go.
And
And I guess in subsequent editions of this, sometimes it is collected in that. Yeah, but regardless, the story starts out with Thanos obtaining all of the Infinity Stones, or at this point, the Infinity Gems.
Yes, yeah.
And
for the cinematic universe to call them, to man them up and call them stones.
And then, right off the bat, he's trying to woo Mistress Death. And throughout this whole book, Thanos is a grumpy adolescent whiner. He is terrible in this book.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I hate Thanos. I think he is a terrible character.
Thanos, and I am really actually surprised that in current Marvel continuity, Thanos can retain his own title. Granted, they're written by some superstar writers, so I guess they
Jason Aaron and Lemire wrote it for a while.
So I hope they divulge from whatever is in this. But Thanos in this is a bitch.
He just sucks.
He's insufferable.
Oh my god.
The whole time he's just trying to woo death, right? And he does it by trying to wipe out half the universe. And then so half the universe is gone.
Yep.
Right? In one panel, right? And she's just like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, I'll show you, bitch. And so later on in the story, he uses the Infinity Gauntlet to conjure almost a female clone of himself to bang, not to bang, but to mac on, to make her jealous, which is gross in its own right. It's like some weird step-sibling porn.
There's a panel in this that the immediate thought in my mind was that meme of the guy looking at the hot girl while so the hot girl is death.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Is still looking at her while his Thanos female clone is giving him the business.
If you haven't recreated that, it should be up right now. I love that. And then, so Mr. Death never gets on Thanos' good side, and it is all just.
Why does he love death?
I don't know. He's like a 14-year-old boy in this. It is insufferable sometimes.
Oh my god.
And the only... Okay, so I read this 10 years ago, right? And the only thing I remembered, which I thought was a way bigger part, was when all the Avengers, or what is available at the time, because half the population of the universe is wiped out.
Gone.
There's actually...
Godspeed.
A panel in this where it shows, all the reserve members that they're looking for at this point in time in the Avengers history, and there's some weird characters in this. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. That sucks. He's cool. What is happening in the Avengers in 1991?
What's with the hair?
But you end up coming to play with Captain America, Wolverine and Cyclops, only from the X-Men, Vision.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Thor, but the Eric Master than Thor, which is very apparent in this, because he has many asides to himself, doubting his ability because he's only Eric Masterson, some dumb shit construction worker that somehow got to be Thor.
Up a hammer. Grabbed the wrong hammer.
Oh my god! And there, and who has ever left on my shirt? Iron Man, Fire Lord, whoever, the Hulk, but it's this time Banner and Hulk merged.
Smart Hulk.
Drax, who is just a clone of the Hulk at this point, because he's not the revamped one from the movies.
And Hulk is such an asshole. They're all kind of assholes in this. There's a moment where all the catastrophes are happening, and Hulk is just watching it at a bar. He's just at a bar, and he gets mad, and he just smashes the TV. And I'm like, this is our hero? He just wrecked this bar's TV. They
Look at that
do
stupid
anything.
brown deep V-neck you're wearing, you idiot.
Oh, man.
Brown and green? Not a great color scheme for the Hulk.
Man.
Idiot.
But they persevere.
Well, not for long.
No.
Because this is the... Okay, so to go back on my original thought, the only part I remember of originally reading it is their fight against Thanos. And that only happens in half of issue 4.
Yes.
And that...
There's a lot of wallowing.
Very depressing to me. Because the first 3 issues of this, I will say, nothing really happens while a lot is happening. But it has no stakes on the story whatsoever.
No. A lot happens, as in, half of the universe is obliterated.
Sure. But, in obliterated, panel. This. Yeah. And then that's all you see. And they're like, oh, half the universe is gone, or whatever. And,
shoot!
I wasn't into this story when I reread it again.
Okay. So I read this, 2 years ago for the first time. And I remembered enjoying it for the pure spectacle of what it was.
Sure, yeah.
I read it again, and a little bit had worn off.
Yes,
you know? Yeah. But it is just, like, I guess this was what comics were in the 90s. Like, it is so bizarre.
We were talking about before we started recording, it is a product of its time, and it does, like, do a lot of big swings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they kill characters in this.
I can't imagine what else was going on in addition to this event.
I have no idea.
Like, what happened to the West Coast Avengers? Or, like, the Hawkeye title? You know?
Not a clue.
Didn't come up. And Starlin also wrote Secret Wars. The first one.
Right.
And, wow, that one. He's come a long way since that, if I can...
I've never read Secret Wars, but I've always wanted to, and then you read it and you're like, do it at your own risk.
If you thought this was to make toys.
Right. That one was to make more toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's evolved with the times, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, his writing style has changed. He's grown as a writer.
Uh-huh.
As the comic industry has changed.
Uh-huh.
This is better.
Yes.
It's still very odd compared to, like, reading something now.
Yes.
But, you know, it's just a weird cosmic Marvel thing that I guarantee the movie will not be like in the slightest.
And thank God.
Yeah.
But thank Thanos. But saying they swing for the fences in this is quite appropriate.
Yeah.
So, like, just for instance, Thanos makes his weird female clone Taraxia, right?
Yes.
And she's, like, not a huge player in this.
She does essentially nothing.
She does nothing except during the fight with all of the reserve Avengers. In the background, she is violently taking care of some superheroes, where the point she rips Iron Man's head off and beats Spider-Man's head in with a rock. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, they are really killing these people.
Yeah.
And they suffocate Cyclops by putting a box around his head.
Yep, turns Thor to glass and shatters him.
They turn Wolverine's skeleton into rubber, which is horrifying.
Yeah. And on top of this, Thanos has been just torturing Nebula and his brother Eros.
Right. Star Fox. Yeah.
Star Fox.
Yeah.
For the entire run. Just like he erases his mouth, like in the Matrix.
Yeah, in the Matrix, yeah.
And then Nebula, he's like reanimated her corpse, so she's in this perpetual living death state.
Right.
And then he's just like twisting them all up and like turning them into like rubber bands. Yeah. And I'm just like, this is like
torture porn.
Weird torture porn. Like, what is this?
I don't know.
Forever.
Get
it just
to
goes
the
on
point.
Forever.
Yeah.
And it just made me long for the ultimate version of this. like the way Ultimatum was for the Marvel Universe, or for the Ultimate Universe, that's what this is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And I just want to see him, like, push the boundaries. Like, just go nuts.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god, what they would have done with Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet.
My god.
It is just, it is like a full-on, like, Marvel Universe snuff film.
Yeah, it really is, but with no stakes, because you know at the end of this, everyone's going to be okay. But the great thing about this is they do set up, like, the Infinity Gauntlet, which I really like, as a fixture of the Marvel Universe. And before this, it has never been a thing.
Okay.
But, like, it's not a special thing. Like, Thanos just collects all these gems and just puts them on his glove. Like, it's not like a special fixture, which you probably see in the movies. Yeah. It's like Thanos just has a pair of yellow gloves and he, like, glues these rocks to it. And, like, bada bing, you got an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
There you go. Speaking of swinging for the fences, they also bring in all the cosmic entities in this, which I'm vaguely familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the whole issue 5 is the fight with them, and it's just, like, splash pages of yellow.
They essentially exist so they can be beaten, and you can know how powerful this thing is.
I don't think the Infinity Gauntlet has been as powerful since this book.
Yeah.
Because, like, with a snap of a finger, he's defeated the entire Universal Guardians, essentially.
Uh-huh.
And even in Hickman's run, where, like, Captain America uses to push away a parallel universe, it breaks.
Yeah.
And in this, Thanos could have like sneezed and created a billion parallel universes and then been like, I didn't want to do that, and like wiped them all out.
Says,
and
God bless you, and it's gone. Like, while all the world is just getting obliterated, I love that there's this random scientist that runs in to tell Nick Fury, like, Nick Fury, the scales are off the charts, I have this big news. And Nick Fury, in total, like, Dick Nick Fury mode, is like,
Dick Nick Fury?
Dick Fury. What is it, scientist? I'm busy. What do you have? I don't have time for this. It's like, you're sitting in a chair, and this guy's, like, watching all the monitors and you know, testing the science.
This is
and you're like, job. I don't have time for you. I've got to get back to my cigar. And it's like, this guy is telling you what's going on here. And you're just like, scientist.
Idiot. We haven't even brought up Adam Warlock yet. So he's like a main point in this book.
What is with all these random characters? Adam Warlock, Pip the Troll.
Bullshit.
Oh my god. That weird, ugly floating plant head.
Like, I don't even remember.
What is he called? What is he?
But he's like associated with Quasar.
Yeah.
And like,
Quasar. Who the fuck is Quasar?
Quasar is like built up to be like, I'm gonna put a stop to this, and then gets his shit kicked in immediately. Yes. So like, when he finally comes into play with this, he's like, all right, Thanos, I got you dead to rights, buddy. Like, Thanos just blows off his hands, and then Quasar's like, not again! Makes you think like, what are you are worthless garbage.
How many times has this happened to you?
That made me literally put the book down and laugh hard to myself and then wipe tears away and go right back into it. Like, what an idiot.
Alright, so Adam Warlock.
Yes. And the Silver Surfer.
Yes.
Are waiting in the winds to like pounce onto Thanos at just the right moment.
It's Adam Warlock's master plan. That all the Avengers are like a diversion.
Right. Okay, let me prerequisite.
It's all in the build-up.
I hate Adam Warlock a lot in this because he speaks in riddles.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they even emphasize that in the book. They're like, quit speaking in riddles, Warlock. We don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, beware, my plan will come into fruition in mere moments. Just wait. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I hate you, Adam Warlock. You suck. I'm just going to wait light years away with Silver Surfer to make my pounce on the Thanos at any given moment.
Yeah. You guys just fight Thanos.
And die or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. They're the pawns.
Right.
So he's got the bishop.
Right.
He's got Silver Surfer. Right.
He's got that sweet diagonal move that he can float him at any point in time.
Oh, boy.
And Thanos is up against Captain America, the leader of the Avengers. Mm-hmm. And Adam Warlock is like,
sitting there.
This is it, Surfer. Now is your time. Wait. Hold. Hold.
Surfer's ready to go.
He's like grinding his foot to hang 10 at light speed. Like, go! And he like zips in. And this has been like hyped throughout like many panels.
2 issues of waiting.
Right. And then he goes in to snatch the Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos and fucking misses. And then he just whizzes on by and Thanos is just like,
oof, good thing he missed.
What a waste of our time!
Never addressed again.
Never addressed. What a dumb, funny. That's like the only thing I ever want to talk about when we talk about Infinity Gauntlet.
It's the best. It is the best part of the entire book.
Oh my god! I hope if that happens during the Infinity War movie, Silver Surfer shows up.
In Silver Surfer.
And everyone's like, holy shit, they're doing it. They're merging Fox and Disney. He whizzes on by and then Curb Your Enthusiasm music plays. Oh, what a great story this is. The story ends up...
And then it ends somehow.
Yeah, Nebula ends up taking away the Infinity
Hold on.
Oh, do we need to recoup?
This brings to mind some other great, ridiculous moments in past Marvel events. So, if we could go back a little bit, there's obviously that amazing panel of Thanos with the Cosmic Cube.
Another favorite gem of ours.
This one, Thanos' trickery gets the better of him. Where I haven't read this. I'm assuming this is like the penultimate moment in a Thanos quest where he has a cosmic cube.
Right.
And he just gets a bit too tricky with it.
Yep.
And just drops the cosmic cube. And what did you call it?
A classic Brolin blunder.
Yes. Oh, God. I hope that shows up too.
I really do.
And then in another amazing Starlin moment, in the Secret Wars, that is where they're transported to the battle world.
Right.
And Doom gets all the power, and he's like the god of this realm.
Right.
And all the heroes join together, and they're like, we have to stop him.
Right.
And some of them are like, no, we shouldn't, because he's like God. He could just kill us. We can't fight him. And there's like a whole issue. Pages upon pages of build-up of like, no, we have to do it. We shouldn't. They go back and forth, and then finally they decide, like, you're right. We have to stop Doom. And then Doom vaporizes him. Instantly, as soon as they all agree, they go all in.
Oh my God.
Dead. Just lightning just strikes, and they're all killed.
Oh my God. Jim Starlin is a master of comedy.
Oh my God, he is. Those are the greatest moments of any of these. So then back to it.
Back to it. So, at this point, Thanos has totally wrecked all of, like, I'm just going to say, like, the Universal Protectors.
The Marvel Universe.
Whatever. And he becomes Eternity himself. He becomes a celestial form.
Yep.
While his body is just sitting there comatose.
Yeah.
Nebula takes her dead advantage of coming and yanking I don't know, nobody saw this coming. Her slowly, like, wobbling over to this thing.
Yeah.
And, like, yanking off his glove. She, comes full sentient, back to her prime form.
Uh-huh.
And, like, then turns out she's not cool enough to wield his glove. So she doesn't have, like, the
mental
it's too
fortitude.
much. Yeah, she doesn't have it in her to wield this thing. And eventually Adam Warlock comes back in, takes it for himself. All the Avengers are like, well, I don't think you should have that either. Then he zips to
like,
60 years.
Fuck you. Yeah. And he's gone.
And he zips 60 years into the future to find out that Thanos wasn't destroyed by his thermonuclear belt that he wears.
Which we didn't talk about, but
it
Thanos
happens.
Basically decided,
like,
if I can't have the Infinity Gauntlet...
Neither can you. Blip. And
they throw it like Thor. Someone hits him into the
Eric Masterson
stratosphere.
Finally, like, balls up and throws his hammer at him and throws him into the cosmos, and he explodes.
Yep.
They go 60 years in the future where they find out Thanos is now a farmer.
Yep.
And, like, that's the end of the story.
Yeah, and he's fully, like, cognizant of everything he's done.
Right.
And he's just like, oh, man, what a crazy young kid I was.
I'm just gonna sit here on my stoop and just think about what I've done.
Yep.
And that's the end.
Thanos on his stoop.
And I'm like, I have no interest in, like, reading the rest of this Infinity, like,
saga.
Series.
Yeah. From what I've heard, they don't get any better.
Yeah, Infinity Gauntlet is the best one of the three.
It's the only one you hear about.
Right.
There is an Infinity War.
Yeah.
Which you would think that would be the thing you would, like, oh, I should get that because the movie's called Infinity War.
No.
No. They don't, like, publicize it.
I've never read that either, but I hear it's just more Adam Warlock stuff where it splits him between, like, an angel and demon kind of like a thing where, like, the angel side... Or maybe that's Crusade. I don't even remember.
Doesn't matter.
I read the whole wiki on it. Like, I'm not interested in reading it. I'll probably read it sometime, maybe for, like, a laugh.
Yeah.
But, like, I was not impressed enough on this retread of Infinity Gauntlet to, like, really put that on my, like, to-do list.
No.
You know what I mean?
You know what I do want to see? Big old whiff.
Show the whiff. The one thing to praise in this, like, we said it before, but, like, is Perez's art on the first 3.5 issues. Like, it is...
What a mess.
What an idiot.
Oh.
And then Captain America finds the time to punch him right in his jaw and only get bitch slapped in his face and then he's dead.
Just done. Yeah, he just gets smacked.
God. Anyway.
What a book.
Infinity Gauntlet. Hope it's all in the Infinity War movie.
I hope so. There it is.
So, we've probably gone on long enough about Infinity Gauntlet, but, like, what did you think of the story? I know it's a product of its time, but maybe if you're an older listener and this really resonated towards the Marvel Universe at the time, which we wouldn't have gotten because we came into
early,
it so late.
Yep.
So let us know down below what you thought of the Infinity Gauntlet if you've read it recently, what you think was going to happen in Infinity War, the upcoming in just a few weeks.
Yeah, I think they're going to pull a lot from Hickman's run. You know, from the look of it, his Black Order, that he created in Infinity.
Yep. Yeah.
That looks like a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be good. He got some Wakanda stuff. Yeah. His Black Panther.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. So.
Yeah. And you can recap on that with our Hickmania run, our 3-part series that we did, and we dive into all that.
Right.
And it just about kills us. But it's good. It's a good kill. It's a good death.
Yeah. It's quite an excruciating happy death.
Yes.
But anyway, join us down below in the comment thread because we love to hear about what you thought of this classic event that spurs the Marvel Universe into multi-events into the 2000s where they just can't.
You're just gonna run out.
They can't stop doing them at this point. But anyway, until next time, I've been Short of the Max Extreme.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
And we've been Imperious Rex. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. That's a fun episode.
That was a good one.